Good evening. I wish to begin by attempting to define spiritual disciplines as those actions and behaviors which help us to maintain our intimacy with God and best practices of wholesome living amongst the community of brethren in and outside of our sphere of influence. Inward disciplines refer to those habits which enrich our mind and souls and bring us into a closer relationship with God. Like Brother Lawrence and Teresa of Avila, A.W. Tozer, who, according to Foster, and I quote, knew God in ways far beyond anything I had ever experienced, end of quote. These all became aflamed with fire of divine love, Foster continued. And so as we desire to seek through times of prayer, fasting, seriously committed and consistent study of the Word, these would lead to us as finding true heart satisfaction. Outward disciplines are the offshoot of the inward cleansing and searching. Paul in Colossians chapter 3 reminded us that if we are risen with Christ, we ought to seek those things which are of God, which are above. And so that as we rise with Him, it behoves us to continuously put off all things which bring into jeopardy our risen position. Therefore, employing such practices as manifesting love, humility, kindness, gentleness, patience, having been forgiven to show forgiveness to others, and being peaceable and exhibiting thankfulness in all situations. And thirdly, corporate discipline involves making and meshing and extending one's inward disciplines among the community of brethren. This involves above and beyond any other practice that of praying for and with each other. Getting into these twos or threes and spending quality time of prayer together for others, both believers in the body and non-believers, so that they would come to faith. Personally, spiritual disciplines are often practiced by me. Apart from the quarterly times of prayer and fasting by the church, I commit myself to a weekly time of prayer and fasting. And during that day, I vary my times of sharing, which could be with another person, a member, or mostly I prefer to be alone, contemplatively waiting and listening for God's voice. As a young person, I was exposed to the practice of spiritual disciplines, sadly, not so much from within my denomination as from other sources when I visited their services. I was taught, yes, on the importance of making the spiritual disciplines a priority of my spiritual development, but more so taught than practiced by them. It was left up to me to put into practice those disciplines which I had been taught. And so, with the support of friends outside my church, I did practice those disciplines. However, the church where I currently minister makes spiritual disciplines a priority. As I often say, prayer is not part of the work of the church. It is the work of the church. And so we have prioritized times of prayer and with fasting and Bible study as being critical and crucial for one's spiritual development. And we have ensured that these disciplines are given pride of place in our yearly calendar of events on a weekly, monthly, and also quarterly basis. Thank you.